It was a calm November evening over northern India, high above Delhi, in one of the busiest airspaces on Earth. Two commercial aircraft were moving toward each other, unknowingly, inevitably. Together, they carried 349 people. One aircraft was descending toward Delhi for landing. The other had just taken off, climbing away from the same airport. Both crews were in contact with air traffic control. Both aircraft were assigned separate altitudes. By every standard of aviation safety, this should have been routine, but within minutes, something went catastrophically wrong. What followed would become the deadliest mid-air collision in aviation history. Welcome to Hazel, Eleanor. At any given moment, between 15,000 and 25,000 aircraft occupy the world's skies. Every day, more than 100,000 flights land safely. Mid-air collisions are extraordinarily rare, not because of luck, but because of strict systems of control. Invisible highways, known as airways, crisscross the sky. Air traffic controllers assign aircraft to these routes and carefully separate them by altitude, direction, and timing. It is a system designed to tolerate no mistakes. Yet on 12 November 1996, over the skies of Haryana, that system failed. The first aircraft was Kazakhstan Airlines Flight 1907, an Ilyushin 76 cargo-style jet, on a charter flight from Shymkent to Delhi. On board were 27 passengers and 10 crew members, most of them traders traveling to India for business. The second was Saudi Arabian Airlines Flight SV763, a Boeing 747 departing Delhi for Jeddah, carrying 289 passengers and 23 crew members, many of them Indian workers returning to Saudi Arabia. Their routes intersected at an invisible point in the sky known as LUMKA, a navigational waypoint where multiple airways cross. As the Kazakhstan aircraft descended toward Delhi, air traffic control cleared it to reduce altitude and join the Delhi arrival route. Minutes later, the Saudi Boeing 747 took off and was cleared to climb along that same route directly toward the oncoming aircraft. Both flights were now on a collision course, separated only by altitude. The responsibility for keeping them apart rested with a single controller. Critical to this unfolding disaster was a detail that would later haunt investigators. The crew of the Kazakhstan aircraft spoke only Russian. International aviation communication is conducted in English. To compensate, the aircraft carried a radio operator whose job was to translate air traffic control instructions in real time. As traffic warnings were issued and altitudes reassigned, seconds were lost to translation, to misunderstanding, to SE. At a crucial moment, the Kazakhstan aircraft reported reaching its assigned altitude. In reality, it had not yet leveled off and was still descending. Instead of maintaining separation, the two aircraft were now converging at the same altitude, head-on at a combined closing speed of nearly 1,000 kilometers per hour. Less than 30 seconds later, witnesses in another aircraft reported a massive explosion in the sky. The left wing of the Kazakhstan aircraft struck the left wing of the Boeing 747. Both wings were torn away. The Saudi aircraft disintegrated midair and crashed near Dani village. The Kazakhstan aircraft, crippled and uncontrollable, fell near Bayrahar village. There were no survivors. All 349 people on board both aircraft were killed instantly. The investigation revealed a chain of failures, none of them dramatic on their own, but deadly in combination: miscommunication, language barriers, inadequate separation standards, outdated radar systems that could not display altitude, and a moment where a descent was not stopped in time. This single collision reshaped global aviation safety. In its aftermath, TCA's the Traffic Collision Avoidance System became mandatory worldwide, giving aircraft the ability to warn pilots and issue automated avoidance commands, independent of air traffic control. Strict English language proficiency requirements were enforced for pilots and controllers alike. Modern radar systems capable of displaying precise altitude became standard. The skies grew safer at the cost of 349 lives. This was not a story of fate. It was a story of systems, humans, and seconds, and a reminder that even in the most controlled environment on Earth, one small failure can echo forever.